Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Automotive Drama. Today I'm going to show you how to properly do brakes and why they squeak and how not to make them squeak. As you can see, I kind of got everything laid out here. Let me grab one of the old pads. Okay, first of all, let's start with the brake whistles. I don't know what you want to call them. Excuse me. I call them brake whistles. Unless they're riveted on, you hear that? Ooh. Yeah, unless they're riveted on, I don't use them. Secondly, the main thing about brakes is you have a lot of metal-to-metal contact, okay? Now, if you see right here, if it'll focus in, I think there it goes. All that rust, see that? That's a wear mark. And you can see it's got a little shiny spot. There it goes. Yeah. Well, this one actually has brake clips, which protect the, what do they call that thing? The caliper mounting bracket. And they also have retainers in them. See the little springy thingies so they don't rattle. Now, there's another issue. Lubricate. Come on, focus in, little camera. I know you want to. You see how I lubricated the very edges of those? Because those slide. And like a rusty hinge, also, if you see, I lubricated the back. Because they do move around a little bit. The reason that you get brake noises is because it's called a squeak. Because something metal to metal is rubbing and it does not lubricate it. Secondly, if you are replacing these, make sure you take these out. If they're rusty, get new ones. If not, grease the shit out of them. As you can see, I have. And they have this special stuff called brake and caliper grease. Now, everything was a little rusty, so I used my trusty Marvel mystery oil and lubricated up all the bolts. Luckily, everything came apart. Now, also, as you can see, let me point out here. You see on this side I already installed the retaining clips. Come on, Mr. Camera. There it goes. The retaining clips are already installed. And this side I didn't. If you notice, I lubricated the caliper retainer bracket, whatever the hell they call it, and because that's metal to metal. So I lubricated underneath that. So when I put those on, if they do move around, there you got synthetic brake grease. Another thing, use good parts. I prefer ceramic, but he got these offline. They're full metallic. There it goes. They are good parts. They're a TRQ, not a bad brand. And if you're gonna just do a pad swap or swap or whatever you want to call it, you will never ever have quiet brakes. And let me show you why. Do you see that shiny little reflection at the very edge? See how it just pops up and then it goes away? This is what we call a rust ridge. What happens with that is the brake pad catches that, especially in the morning, because it builds up a little rust. And see how it's shiny right there? That will make brake squeaks drive you nuts. Use quality parts. Also, when you get the rotors, make sure you spray all the oil off them with some good old-fashioned brake clean. You want everything nice and clean. And you can see I anti-seized the hub for when I put the rotor back on it. Again, metal to metal. I know it's bolted on, but it can't rust. It just makes a better deal. Anyways, any questions, comments, like usual, feel free to ask. Likes are nice, subscribes are better. And stay tuned for more episodes of Automotive Drama. But if you do this properly, the way I showed you, everything clean, no fingerprints, oil, all that on you, everything super clean, no oil on these, clean, and you break the brakes in. I'll come to that later. Anyways, have a nice day, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Automotive. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Automotive Drama. Damn, I sound like that one guy. All right, have a good night.